Hello, this is Mr. McMurray. I just want to let you know about an exciting special extra credit opportunity that's coming up. I posted it last week, last Monday, but I forgot to make the announcement about it, so just make sure you see it. If you look on the home website, there is a button at the very bottom now that says extra credit article. Okay, this is for extra credit. It is a summary article. I've got an article there. If you click on it, it will take you to the web page. It's called Cold Article. It's about heat and cold, although technically we know cold is the absence of heat, but the absence of heat article didn't sound really catchy, so we just went with cold. Uh, it was a chapter out of a book, so I would divide it into part one and part two. You can either do part one or you can do part two. You can do part two without reading part one. They're kind of independent of each other, but basically pick one or the other. Now, a couple things really quickly. First of all, obviously it's optional, it's extra credit. It says it's worth 0 points. That's because the way the computer works, I have to make it 0 points so that any points I add to it above that is going to be extra credit. It adds it. It will add it to your lab/quiz average. Okay. Generally, the idea is that this will add, anywhere from 2 to 3 points to your average, give or take a little bit. If you're expecting to bring it up 15 points, no, it's not going to do that. Okay, so just in straightforward honesty, there, let's just say it's probably a couple of points. Okay, to your final average. But it's a designed idea is that if you're close to a B or close to an A or close to a C or close to a D, whatever, this might give you that little boost to get you over that. Okay. Now, very quickly, it is not an English paper. I am not going to grade excessively on grammar or anything like that. Obviously, if I can't read it, it doesn't make sense. I may mark it up and stuff as I read it if I see errors, but that's not really most of the grade. The grade is primarily on can you summarize everything in the article, the complete article, and do it concisely in a small amount of space. It's kind of like if I were your boss and I said, hey, here's this article. I don't have time to read it. You read it and you tell me all the important stuff out of it. That's basically what we're doing here. Okay. It should be in your words, not AI or anything like that. Uh, so, uh, sorry, my web browser is trying to do this for me. Okay. Anyhow, it is not, you shouldn't just copy and paste every other sentence out of the thing. That's not good either. Okay, it needs to be in your words, and it needs to hit all the main points. That's what I'm really looking at. I don't know why I was doing that, but there we go. Okay, anyhow, like I said, it just needs to be in your own words. It needs to, it says it tells you all the details. It needs to be typed. It needs to be 1.5 space, so 1.5, no double spacing, no single spacing, just do that. 12-point times New Roman font, 1 inch margins, not 3.5 inch margins or something like that, okay? On top, bottom, and the sides. And it should be about 2 pages, just measuring the front side only. Okay, so 2 front pages long. Okay, it can be a little more, a little less. Whole page is, if you only do 1 page, guess what? You're going to kind of get counted off on that. But the thing is, I want you to do is to cover the whole article, that you've made an effort to prioritize what's important, what's not, and do that. For example, I've seen people spend almost the whole paragraph on the first paragraph, couple paragraphs of the article. Well, usually the first couple paragraphs of an article is just kind of the introduction to it. Probably should only be about 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, if you don't want to get halfway through the article, you've already done 2 pages, and you've only got halfway through it. That's going to get counted off. Okay, you need to summarize it. I do usually just kind of go through and write down the high points on a piece of paper, and then I just by looking at that reorganize it into a paragraph, and that way it's in your own words, and you will have covered everything. Anyhow, it needs to follow the swimsuit rule, which is basically it needs to be long enough to cover everything, and it needs to be short enough to still be interesting. Okay, just like a good swimsuit. All right, you don't want to see me in a speedo, so don't give me a speedo paper. Okay, so make sure you cover all the important stuff, but that you also keep it short. If it's as long as the original article, obviously you haven't saved me any time. I could just read the article myself. Okay, so that's what I'd like for you to do. Like I said, it does not have to have a theme paragraph or a catchy introduction or what you thought about it, or some people like to do it like they're giving a chore. Well, first the article said this. You don't need to tell me first the article said this and then it said this and whatever. Just tell me what it says, okay? I realize that takes up space and counts words, but that's going to count against you, not in your favor. Okay, so keep it to just what the article says in your own words, and cover all the important stuff. That's kind of what we're grading on here. All right. If there's any questions, obviously know how to get me. I believe it's due the 8th right now. I may extend that or not, depending on how the test and all that kind of stuff works out. We'll see. But right now, plan on doing it by December the 8th. All right. Enjoy, and hopefully I'll see your paper coming in soon.